in Charleston at City Market over the weekend, and it was so flooded between the spaces that you couldn't even get across. We did manage to go around so we could get through the whole thing, but the shop owners said that it's very common at king tide, when everything happens at once, high tide, the full moon, and all the stars align, if you will. It really affected me to realize how much we're vulnerable here on the coast to just a slight rise in the tide. Today I'm walking on my familiar beach, and the tide is dramatically higher than we normally would see it. There's very little beach to walk on, and usually we have a football size of beach to walk on. It's important for us to realize how much the world is changing and to try to do our part to make the world a better place going far into the future. One of the ways we do that is by taking good care of ourselves. What does that look like? I talk a lot about human energy. The human body is a rechargeable battery. In order for us to recharge that battery, we can do a number of different things. There are a lot of ways that happens. It should just happen naturally, but we tend to move a lot less than we should. One of the reasons why I get out here and walk on the beach is to absorb some natural vitamin D and to move and recharge my battery in that way. I also use meditation that allows me to connect to that source energy and recharge my battery. Try to eat healthy for the most part. But a lot of us follow a lot of these practices that we know work and still find that it's hard to keep our energy levels up and that we still feel depleted a lot of the time. When that happens, that's a clear sign that there's a leak in your energy system, and you've got to figure out what's draining your battery. Where is the leak? And then work to eliminate it and shore things up so that as we're recharging our battery, it's actually holding a charge. One of the things that most commonly drains our battery is a buildup of toxins. I have a book that is coming out soon, a resource that is designed to help you understand all the different kinds of toxins that could be affecting you. It comes along with a resource so that you can do a little investigative work on your own. It's very hard to run any sort of lab tests that will track this problem down. You have to do a little sleuthing on your own and at least give your doctor a place to start. Tell them what you suspect. One of the things that I pointed out in the book was this story that I thought made the point clearly. It was actually a piece that they did on the Today Show, so this was not some obscure story. There was a woman who was having all sort of health issues and neurological problems, and she went to the doctor and they did the scans. They thought it was a brain tumor. They had to operate and thought they were going to remove the tumor. Well, the surgeon got into her skull and found a parasite, a huge parasite that was the cause of all the issues. Obviously, they removed the parasite and I hope put her on an appropriate detox protocol, because while that parasite was causing the neurological issues, pressing on a certain part of her brain, it probably was not alone. Hopefully, she did some things to help mitigate ongoing damage. There are lots of detox protocols, but the detox protocol needs to be designed for the toxins that you're dealing with. All detox protocols are not the same. In order to know what's going to be effective in your particular situation, you've got to figure out what you're dealing with. Otherwise, you could spend a fortune on supplements and resources and put yourself through a lot of pain and discomfort and then find that you didn't even really solve the problem. I often hear from people explaining to me how they feel like they solved a problem. For example, they couldn't figure out why their energy was low and finally got a diagnosis by blood work of Hashimoto's disease, and now they're on thyroid medication, and they're excited because they do feel better, I point out that that's still a Band-Aid. Why do they have Hashimoto's disease? What happened to their thyroid? Why is their body under attack? Providing some symptom relief is fantastic, but it's not the end goal. It's not actually going to solve the problem at the end of the day. It's important for us to realize that we're on a journey and we have to take our own health seriously, do some things that are going to work in the long run and that really support our overall health and well-being. If you enjoy conversations like this resonates with you, just encourage you to look below or around this video, find a link and join us at Dr.ALA and be a part of the solution. Remember that whatever you solve in your own life has a rippling effect in your whole family that you're genetically connected to. You're not just doing it for yourself, you're doing it for your family. See you soon.